morning, Montana. Today is Monday, the 13th of July. We are 5 days out from the Butte 50. So today will be a good high intensity effort, but not super long. We're in the middle of, or begun our taper, and so we're gonna hit it hard today, rest day tomorrow, some aerobic work on Wednesday, and then for us super old people over 60, 2 days of recovery before the event on Saturday. So rolling through Ennis, we're heading over to the eastern side of the Madison Valley. We're going to cross the river in just a second. See ya. Crossing the Madison River. This is famous for the movie A River Runs Through It. Normally you see a whole bunch of trout fishermen. They're probably already 5 hours into their day, as it's just a hair after 10 o'clock in the morning here. They get started pretty early. As you can see, this road would take us east for about a mile, then due south, headed down towards West Yellowstone, the western gate of Yellowstone National Park. So we're headed out of town here, east across the valley. We're gonna head up into the pass that you've seen me ride before, up that way, called Jack Creek. All right, see you in a bit. To roll through Jeffers, Montana, elevation 4940. You might recognize that church from the movie where they return a service member. I don't remember the name of it. Oh, we got a little road work today. That's welcome. Just filling potholes. Anyway, that was Jeffers. All right, heading out on the gravel. This view, you can see the bench up ahead. This is essentially, you know, a lake bed after the most recent ice age. Slightly higher elevation than the valley floor where we are now. All right, guy going by me. See ya. All right, so you can see the climb up to the bench. We're gonna hit this climb at threshold power and hold it for the duration of the climb. It's pretty short. All right, start the lap here. All right, see you in a minute. Finish. All right. 7.5 minutes at 259 normalized power. That's exactly my current FTP at sea level. So right now we've climbed up to right about 5,200 feet. So I'll drop maybe 20 watts. So I'd say 20 over, maybe 8% over. So 108% of FTP, 7.5 minutes. It's nice little effort. All right, so we're gonna try to hold top of zone 2. So we're in the 190, 195 range. Out to the end here. See ya. Finishing that stretch. A little over 15 minutes. Normalized power 188. I'm good with that. All right. We got a short little flat top here. Very short. Then we're gonna head down and up Jack Creek Road. Tune in for more. A little Tokyo drift. Woo! All right, now we are heading up. So, see you in about 12 minutes, I think. All right, bye. Little view of the Jet Creek. We have arrived in bear country, and I realize I didn't turn on my radar. Come on. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to head back down. Alright, if you're still with me, they've recently regraded this, and really I think all I did was scrape it and redistribute what they scraped. No new gravel, just kind of took off the tops and spread some new loose stuff around. This is good and bad, right? Took off the tops, good. Loose stuff on top, a little tricky in some of these downhill turns, like this one here. It's pretty steep. Well, actually no, the one after this. Let me go back. See the speed. Right now we're going about 22. A little rough patch here. Okay, yeah, this is the steep downhill left. I always seem to meet a truck coming up here. All right, clear. Woo! Push it, Matthew, push it. Flat spot here. there'll be a little rise, and then it's all downhill. You can see the rise up there to the right. Still going 19 or 20, somewhere in there. Downshift one, get out of saddle for the other. 6, 7, 8. Hey, pretty rare. I don't see a lot of cyclists. All right, we're bombing. Oh, okay. This is blind right here. Take it wide. Lean in though. Too loose. Okay. They're spun out now. About 25 miles per hour. Okay, another blind left. A little drift in the rear. Push, push, push. Yeah, this was pretty washboarded last week right here. A lot better. See all those potholes, right? Yeah. This bridge took about 2 years to complete, seemed like. Nice. Probably recently filled with just loose stuff, so you still don't want to hit them. You'd still be a wheel trip. Woo! Spun out at 24. On a 32 tooth chain ring. I've tried a 34 and I got to kind of machine file the teeth to make it work. Not a real fan of that, so 32 is it on this bike. Whoa! Getting a little hot. 4 line. I'm lazy. Yeah. Pushing hard, pushing hard. Yeah, it's running so much faster down in here than last week. We got pelted with a butterfly. Alright. loose stuff. It was really rough here. So we came from the left on the way in. We're gonna go straight up now. Whoa. That numb hands. Death grip. Whoa. That was a nice bathtub. I'll catch you in a bit. Another 5 minutes of gravel downhill outside Ennis, Montana. This is the Jack Creek Road, headed down. Oof. We just descended from Moonlight Basin down to the turn where the Jack Creek Road meets the Jack Creek Bench Road. We're now going to descend this guy. It's about, I don't know, maybe nearly 10-minute descent, but you're going to get at least 5 out of it here. Madison Valley ahead. We're coming down the eastern, well, the western slope of the gravelly into the Madison Valley, east to west. Sitting right about 30, 31 miles an hour. After this rise, I think it's all, well, that little double rise, and we're all downhill for a bit. Pasture on the right, farmhouses on the left. Once we get down here into the big pasture, that's where we saw the elk last week, and where I've seen moose as well. So we might get treated to something. I'm gonna turn you off, check back in. We're still rolling down Jack Creek Road, coming up on a big dip that kind of drops us off the bench. Well, closer, yeah, it kind of drops us off. We've already come about halfway down. And then there'll be a big pasture on the right where we saw the elk last week, so maybe we'll see something down here in a little bit. Check in. Pasture on the right is where we saw the elk herd last week. Don't see anything out there today. I've seen lots of stuff out here. I've seen antelope, elk, of course, tons of mule deer. Saw a family of moose down here further. You see the creek and all the trees are. See a big osprey nest up here to the left on top of that pole. And I think he's in there. Sick, get a little, yep, he's in there. See? Oh, I see him. Yep. Okay. There goes another osprey right there. I see him go by. All right, I'll check in a little bit. I know where your Black Angus comes from. These girls out here. Hello, ladies. You're too young. Alright. She was right out here on the road staring me down. I ran off to the right. Welcome to Ennis. Alright, we are rolling back in to Ennis, Montana after our little trip up onto the bench in Jack Creek Road. We're about to cross back over the Madison River. Sunny and warm. Forerunner says 80 degrees, but you know. Alright. River's beautiful today, as always. And this is Main Street. Main Street, Ennis. It is straight out of old school Western. Everything you'd expect. Biggest building is a distillery, right? Here it is on the right. Next biggest up here is the pharmacy and the soda fountain and all that. We're gonna get in line here. And we're gonna take a left at the Trout Stalkers. Ooh, we don't want to get in front of that coach. We'll let him go. We'll go left behind him. Everybody be cool. All right. We're back in the hood. All right. Thanks for riding along. See you later. Bye.